Hey y'all, SuperSonicNinja here. You wanted another one? Well, you got one. Now, before I want to get to the drawing, first of all, I probably should introduce the topic to those who haven't seen this topic before, and I'd say go watch this video. This has all the explanation you need. So, yeah, we are drawing custom Sonic Prime, Sonic and Shadow variants, and today we're in the boss cage maze. Um, uh, I think this will be a three-part series if I haven't already mentioned. Obviously, I have my New York one I put over there. This is the Boss Cage Maze one, and then a New York one. I don't feel a need to do like a Grim one, because Sonic already kind of has a Grim variant. So, I don't know. I just see it as kind of pointless. So, yeah, basically, oh yeah, by the way, I found a better way to stand it like this building video. So yeah, obviously, I want to mention again, this is not my idea for the most part. This was very inspired by the channel's building and Rexeljet, and I finally got their display. How did I get their display? Paint. Here, let me just show you. I'm using these to hold my camera. And, yeah, I'm just giving y'all that advice in case you want to make one of these videos without expensive equipment. Obviously, now that it's just gonna sit there awkwardly, but who cares? What can we prevent? Now, let's start drawing. I haven't come up with a name for this Sonic yet, but I feel like he should have like longer quills because of their setting. Like, I just don't want that straightness on his head. I don't know. I feel like it looks a bit awkward. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that might objectively look worse. I think it fits more with the tone I'm going for. Still trying to think of a name. I think Hunter Sonic works, or just Hunter, because I'd say he's like the hunter of the group. Like, he's actually he's like, so Sonic's personality has always been like kind of daring. So I'd like to imagine in this universe that he'd still be daring, and he would go after like the berries that everyone else is too scared to go and get. How would he contribute to the plot? Maybe he'll try to avenge the real Sonic in some sort of way. I don't know. Much like the Loner Sonic, I feel like the scarf again works here. So yeah, I don't want to make the scarf a whole like consistency thing. I guess Sonic Boom really was going somewhere with that. But obviously now it's more like leafy like. Okay, I've just gotten like an idea. What if I like make his quills like green over here? Like, look at Snowdrift Sonic. Now imagine that but green. I feel like that would do wonders for this design. Also, like, differentiating him from like actual Sonic, if that makes sense. I feel like Sonic would have like a lot of respect to, what's his name? Wait, what did I name him? Oh yeah, Hunter. I'm gonna put his name up here so I don't forget. Yeah, I think Sonic would have a lot of respect for Hunter. And why wouldn't he, honestly? He's genuinely just that guy who's actually willing to do crap about the situation. not good at drawing shadows, but I feel like this needs a bit of a shadow. And yeah, he'd be up there with Prim Rouge, the Boss Cage, Maze, Knuckles, I forgot his name, Mangy. He'd hang out with all those guys, I think. And let's get to coloring him. Okay, and this is the completed drawing. And I gotta say, I cooked hard. Way more so than Loner, which yeah, I brought out this image for reference. And oh my gosh, the difference is kind of night and day. That kind of sounds intentional because this one's a lot more light and this is a lot more dark. And that was for a reason, by the way. It was so this blue could blend into this green. I could have used the blue used on Loner, and maybe it would look better, who knows. But I'm really happy that I chose like kind of more classic Sonic blue because it really, really like is good with blending into this green here. And I also added these marks, like camouflage. It's kind of a reference from Lloyd's Fit from Ninjago the Island. Despite the fact I hate this, I hate that season. I gotta say, I think it would work. I works for like this type of a scenario where he's literally trying to hunt for like berries and such. And yeah, and I'll see. I guess, or not obviously, but. This one's more like techie and red, and this one's more green and natural. I think I did a really good job like translating Sonic from like a very techie place and then like reversing that into a very natural place. And out of my 3 images so far, Hunter is my favorite. I love this. This is so good, man. I don't know how I'm gonna top Hunter, honestly. He should have merchandise. I'm dead serious. Hunter should have merchandise. Now, obviously, I have to create a shadow variant as well. Remember, his name was Darkness. And I don't entirely know how a shadow's gonna look like yet. Although that was the same thing for Hunter. So, we're gonna work with what we're gonna work with. Oh yeah, also I want to mention this before we move on to shadow. I kind of don't like the way I colored his gloves. I kind of wish I did the inverse in hindsight. But hey, it's a learning experience. But I made a post last time with a digitalized version of the 2 characters. So yeah, I might make that change when I digitalize this eventually. Which, stay on my community tab. I put interesting stuff on there. Okay, my little idea for Shadow is that he hangs out with Thornrose. Like, give Thornrose, like, a friend in that Shadow. Because Shadow, I think I discussed it last time. Does Maria exist in these universes? And I'd like to say yes. So, I feel like because of Maria's influence on Shadow, he'd be very agreed on what Thornrose is doing. Like, being overprotective of nature. I feel like this version of Shadow would also be in that sort of way. I'm doing, again, like, the overgrown quills, like, with Hunter, because I think that works. I don't know what I'm going to name him yet, though. Also, if you come up with better names than me, do me a favor, put it in the comments. I would like to hear, and who knows, maybe I'll actually rename him, because obviously I've come up with some very, very basic names, like Loner, Darkness, and now Hunter. They are admittedly very, very basic. I feel like for his, like, red parts, they should be green to match with, like, the whole aesthetic of this place. Because I just think that would work very well. I have to find a better place for the camera. Oh my god, it's just not working out. You guys can't see, like, a thing I'm doing. So, that kind of limits my viewpoint, but that will have to do. I might give Shadow the bandana treatment too. Hold on, let me pull up my reference. Oh, I did do that on the New York one. I feel like I definitely have to move away from like the whole bandana influence on these guys because come on. 3 out of the 3 of drawn already have bandanas. We're not doing another bandana for Shadow. You know what? I think I gave Darkness a Chaos. I did give Darkness a Chaos Emerald. Do I want to give this version a Chaos Emerald though? Maybe not. Maybe not because I feel like that'd be too. No, he would probably he probably should have a source of Chaos Energy to be honest because it would make not only Thorn Rose more threatening to have him as a sidekick. I feel like yeah, he should definitely have a Chaos Emerald. I feel like I'm like kind of doing a bit of repeating with the last video and this one. I'm trying to be original, guys, but obviously I'm working with the same characters. And now the hard part, the legs, because obviously you can see I don't have a lot of hand room. That's probably why this shadow looks significantly worse than all my other drawings thus far. This is already kind of my least favorite. Ooh, the air shoes. What am I going to do with the air shoes? He can't have them, obviously. Maybe he just has, like, green shoes and just is very powerful. Or maybe, like, the Chaos Energy. Maybe, like, I'll draw, like, a little spear, like, of power for the Chaos Emerald. And maybe the same shade of green I use for this, like, powered up Chaos Emerald, I'll use under his regular green shoes. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to do the iconic socks. Or, I guess, rings for Shadow, because I don't know, I feel like Shadow wouldn't care enough to have them. See, this is the problem with having the camera so close to you. You can't see how you're drawing. Ooh, I almost dropped it. Yeah, I'll do the best I can. Yeah, that's the best I can. I feel like he doesn't look like hedgehoggy enough, if that makes sense. Like, this is definitely a hedgehog, and he just does not fit the same mold, I feel, which is a bit of a problem for me. Oh yeah, let me like draw some detail on his shoes. Just like that, just have like a leaf there or something, I don't know. Just give him any more detail. I'm just holding the camera now. Maybe I should just give him like some little wraps for socks. Like wrapping around his skin type of socks, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just his arms are too skinny, so I'm gonna redo that off camera as well as color him, so I'll see you when all that is done. So here he is colored. I've made some fixes. I think a big problem was his legs were too short, and yeah, I did all the coloring. I even gave him that slight tint of green on his chest fur, and he was probably my least favorite of the drawing so far, unless we count 9 from the last one, but even so, I stopped trying to draw scenes altogether with the shadow. So I don't think that counts. And Shabloom is my least favorite. If you're wondering why I call him Shabloom, and yes, I know it's a very, very stupid name. I literally searched in nature words, and one of them was a bloom, which is like, you know, the blooming of flowers. So yeah, Shabloom, I guess. Also, he can like summon vines with his Chaos Emerald. Yeah, so this is Shabloom. It's such a stupid name. I'm sorry, guys. Please, if you have a better name, come up with it in the comments. Tell me, and when I do digitalize this, I will put on your name. I'll put your name for him because I don't want to stick with Shabloom, unless your name is stupid. But yeah, I guess those are my 2 drawings of today. If you like this, you know, like, subscribe, do the usual. Obviously, I'd recommend watching my 2 inspirations because they do some really fun and cool content. So yeah, I guess I've made my favorite and least favorite of the prime variants so far, and next is No Place. And if you like this drawing series and would like to see something else in the drawing series that isn't prime variants, please tell me, because I like doing the style too. So if you have any sort of idea on what more I could do with this drawing style, let me know and I will see ya later.